o'clock in Pirate Country, and it's time to get pumped up with the P-Man. Hit the door and hit the road. 94.3 The Game is going to get you home, and the P-Man's not holding back.
Yes! Yes! Pirates win! Pirates win!
Bring on the Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
Holy mackerel! Oh, my goodness!
The flagship station of the ECU Pirates.
Hey now. All right, welcome in on a Monday. Thanks for being with us. Patrick Johnson here. You know who's typically a choking dog, Pilkington? Xander Schauffele. You know what he didn't do yesterday? Choke like a dog.
He did not. He looked good. 6 under. Final day.
The Shambo was amazing, but Xander Schauffele, for once, coming through. All right, welcome in. We've got fisticuffs. We've got Cliff Godwin. We've got ECU Club Baseball to tell you about. So we've got a full show here for the PJ Show. Congrats to Coach G and the Pirates as they win their 5th straight regular season championship in the American. Here's a piece of sound I've got, Pilk. So get the beautiful bean footage ready, because here's Cliff Godwin following the victory on the ECU Sports Network.
40 wins in 53 games, Coach O, because we had 3 rainouts, and we had to earn it today. And today's the first time in about 2 weeks I thought our guys played like themselves. They're sprinting on the field. I asked them, I said, hey, man, if you guys want to win a championship, I just want you guys to go out there and play like we would do in the fall inter-squad game. And they gave us everything to have them, and got guys cramping up like JC, and Riley just cramped up. And, of course, his shoulder's coming out, and he still gets a hit. And Danny Bill, I mean, what he did there at the end, and all of our coaches and support staff, our athletic trainer, Logan Rupp now, and Dennis Wilson, our strength coach, and Kevin Youngs. I mean, if it wasn't for all those people, our guys wouldn't be on the field, and I'm just so proud of them.
How about them Pirates, baby?
There you go. How about them Pirates as East Carolina wins with a doubleheader on Friday? Boy, just seemed. And I tell you what, our friends in the world of meteorology, they can't help but screw it up, can they? I mean, they got the world to rearrange its life all over the state on Saturday. And you know what happened, Pilk?
On the eastern part of the state, no rain. Western part of the state.
Not a damn thing.
Western part of the state, there were tires floating down pit road.
Not a damn thing happened east of the Triad. But yet we rearranged the world. But people got a weekend off, I guess. So that's.
Patrick, could you imagine if we got our job right only like 20% of the time?
Well, I do. I don't get anything right.
No, I was going to say we're
saying.
way better than that. But if we did, we'd get fired.
I know. Well, look, certain professions you only have to be good a little bit. Thank God surgeons aren't in that group, right? Let's hear from some of the participants, including Carter Cunningham, who should be the player of the year. Here is Carter Cunningham on the joy of winning a conference championship.
Incredible. I'm super proud of the guys. The glory goes to God, though. I'm just proud of everyone, the support staff, managers, coaches, grounds crew, AD, assistant AD, you guys, like everybody. I couldn't be happier for everybody.
And Carter on Danny Beal's performance.
I mean, he's an old guy, old man, got bad knees, but he left it all out on the line. And, I mean, he stuck it out. This is his 4th year here. I'm proud of guys like him, Joey Barini, Starling, J-Dub, Cam Clunch, like just for those guys that stuck it out all 4 or 5 years. I couldn't be happier for them.
We'll hear more from Danny Beal in a little bit, but right now more from Carter Cunningham, who talked about his personal performance.
The conference championship on the line, senior day, a lot of emotions. I was just dialed in, and I wanted to do it for the guys next to me. And like I said, I couldn't be prouder for them. And just the journey that God's taken me throughout the course of this year is I don't have much words for it, but I'm blessed. I'm truly blessed.
All right, and he talked about senior day.
Yeah, obviously I'm proud of each and every one of those guys, but I had my family out there. I had my friends. I had my girlfriend. I mean, I get goosebumps talking about it because those people mean a lot to me. I think of the Agnos family that got us here, and I know Nico's looking down on us right now. A lot of people just poured into me, and I wouldn't be here without my support system. And yeah, like I said, a lot of emotions, but I love each and every single one of them.
Carter Cunningham on the vision behind a Pirate uniform.
Wherever the Lord takes me, I want it to be baseball until somebody tells me I can't play this game anymore, and until I stop having fun. I'm going to keep riding it out, but yeah, we'll see wherever the Lord takes me.
Pilk, obviously, I think Carter and his lady, I don't want to get into somebody's personal life here, have been together for a while, but that's a big move to take the girlfriend out or the boyfriend out if you are being honored on senior day.
That is.
Like, it's one thing if your parents are there. That's always the risk of getting, I guess, when you would do these family-type photos, if you included somebody you weren't married to. And even then, including somebody you're married to could be a little risky.
Yeah. If you put her on, you put her on the end so she can easily be cropped out. That's all you got to do. Just in case.
Got to do.
Just in case. I hope they met last. I think they've been together for a while.
No, I hope they do too. But I'm just saying that's risky. All right, Danny Beal, about the bullpen's performance.
Yeah, no, Chris was awesome. Chris was nails. I mean, we needed that, especially with how thin the bullpen was. But obviously, we've been thin lately with Root and Schenk out, but it didn't really matter. We've just taken on such a role of closing out innings and just doing whatever we can and playing for the guys next to us, and that's what we did tonight and won a conference championship.
Talking about Chris Kaler there as well. Here's Danny Beal on winning the conference regular season.
It's awesome. I mean, we're going through the line, and Cam Clont comes up to me and goes, "Hey, we're 4 for 4 because we came here in 2021, won that, 122, 123, and now we've won 24. So it's a special group to be a part of, and it's always one of the goals we talk about when we're when we're getting ready to go in the fall, and it's getting 1% better every day, winning 40+ games, winning the conference regular season, hosting regional, hosting super regional, and I heard Carter mention that. It just brings us back to why we play the game and playing for each other, and got great that we got to do it in front of the home crowd, and they were awesome tonight, and it's just special, and hopefully we can get to play a couple more games here.
All right, and Clearwater is a business trip, according to Danny Beal.
I mean, it's always special to go down there to Clearwater. It's a great park that we get to play at, and great event put on by the American, but we're going down there for a business trip, and it's hopefully to pull out a conference tournament win and bring back some more hardware.
All right, and then here is Danny Beal on his slider.
Whatever you want to call it, whatever slot you want to call it from, it doesn't matter. It's working, so that's all that matters. But it's just, like I said, taking on the role of just, one pitch at a time, closing out innings, and I think that's what's helped us propel the pitching staff to where they are, nationally ranked and whatever, but it doesn't really matter because we're playing for the offense is playing for us, we're playing for each other, and it's just special to be able to do this, obviously, for a fourth time. But this group is special, and it's all the glory goes to God because without him, none of this even remotely is possible. So.
And a fifth straight time for the program consecutively. So there you go. That's it. That's where the Pirates are, is the top seed, again, heading into the conference tournament. Much like last year, they'll play an opponent for the fourth time in a row when they open up the conference tournament. I think kind of unlike last year, this is a little bit of a different team, and I think the opponent and caliber of the opponent are going to be a little bit different also, although Rice showed some signs this weekend in 2 of the 3 games. So, Pilk, we'll hear from Cliff Godwin coming up in a little bit. Did you attend the race? I know some people that actually ended up attending the All-Star race. Were you one of them, or do I have your racing weekends confused? You just watched it.
I went last year, and I'm going next weekend, but I did not go last night.
So there were some fisticuffs, right?
Yeah, there was a right hook, that's for sure.
All right, so what I've seen the video. I may have even retweeted the video this morning. What happened between who and what precipitated this? And I'm going to give you my reaction in just a little bit. But what happened with this battle royale in NASCAR at the All-Star race of all things in North Wilkesboro?
Yeah, so earlier in the race, they were 3 wide, and Bush was on the outside, caught a clip the wall. He thought
Which Bush?
Kyle.
George W.?
No, Kyle. And he thought that Stenhouse ran him up the track. The replay showed that he didn't. Next lap, he wrecked Stenhouse. Stenhouse is done for the day. And Stenhouse then parked his car in Kyle Busch's pit stall, walked up his pit box, yelled at his crew chief and to Andy Petrie, the VP of competition at Richard Childress Racing. And then after the race, was waiting for Kyle at his hauler. They exchanged some words. Stenhouse threw a right hook, and it escalated from there.
Stenhouse waited and got his words in, and then punched. I wouldn't say sucker punched him. I mean, they were looking at you. And then some old guy jumped in on Bush, and he got ripped off. And then there was like a ring or something. And then, the Bush team, I guess, got up there. It was quite a battle. I'm here for this in NASCAR. I'm here for it.
This is what NASCAR was founded on, man. Guys getting ticked off at each other. First televised race ever. There was a fight after the race. That's why everybody started watching it.
Right.
Yarborough and Allison.
I'm here for it. Now, how does this precipitator carry over to Charlotte this week, or will the powers that be frown upon this in this establishment?
I think because a lot of it happened off track, they kind of stay out of the physical altercations. I don't think the powers they'll pull them in the holler and say, "Don't do that again." But I could see it escalating. Bush will probably be pretty far ahead of Stenhouse on the track, track like Charlotte. But
right,
hey, Gateway in 2 weeks, another short track style. Maybe it's there in St. Louis.
I always think that the 600 is always my favorite race because it's the beginning of summer and it's a big event. And this is one of the things, in my opinion, NASCAR has continued to get right is the 600. And I think if you can bring some viewers in and bring some people in with a little spice, I think the other thing they've gotten right recently in here is North Wilkesboro on the All-Star race. They got that correct. So NASCAR's on a pretty good run as far as they're doing the things correctly and getting the things correct. I just would like to see it generate a more interest, to be quite honest, and I hope it will. The season is still too long, Pilk. You may disagree with that, but it is too long by probably at least a month, if not 2 months. They should they should take a cue from golf and wrap it up in August.
Yeah, it just cuts too far into NASCAR. I don't know if there's too many races as much as it's just too long. Maybe they should throw in some midweeks.
I've always thought that would make the most sense. And, we would always have guys come through when I was working in Raleigh, our studios, and talk. And a lot of them like the idea of a midweek race, especially in the summer. I think it would be a hit. People like the sport. People like I mean, look how successful that CBS thing has been. Because they're different tracks. It's different personalities. It's different drivers. Everything's too cookie cutter now. Right? Am I right about this?
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. It started doing it in the 90s. They grew too much in popularity too fast, and they kind of hurt
they didn't
themselves.
grow smartly.
That's right. They didn't grow smartly.
Scotty Scheffler had his issues and departed, dragged to jail, as we told you, on Friday, and then was okay. Played pretty well Friday. Had his first round over par Saturday. I got to think a lot of that is just coming down from all the mess he had been dealing with the last several weeks. Not mess, the birth of his child, but that's obviously weighs on you. Away for a handful of days. I heard a good golf rumor. I don't want to say the good golf rumor on the air. I'll tell you off the air the good golf rumor. But
ooh, I'm excited.
You should be excited. But again, Schauffele, who's been a choking dog in majors and just in general, a lot of talent, just never came through one. And I thought DeChambeau was amazing. And if the live guys go into Pinehurst as long odds as they're going to go into, particularly Bryson, if you're looking to make some money, that might be the one to make some money on, because I mean, if you don't think DeChambeau is one of the elite golfers in the world now, you've lost your marbles. So last night I go to bed, Pilk, with the ball game on just because I wanted some noise, the Wolves and the Nuggets, right?
Yep.
And actually, I turned it way down, and I woke up, and I rolled over, and it's a 5-point game. So I'm sort of I pep up. I turned the TV up and watched the Timberwolves storm back and beat the Nuggets because it was like 58-38 at one point, or 55-30, something crazy in the early second half. and the T-Wolves advance to play the Mavs. I'm good. I like it. The Pacers win a Game 7 in New York. First one in Madison Square Garden in 29 years. Game 7. And they advance to take on Pilkingtons now that he's back on the bandwagon, Boston Celtics. Dom Kasolki is a true Celtics fan. CJ the Pirate is a true Celtics fan. Pilkington, Johnny come lately.
Oh, come on. I watched them all year. Not as much as I do the Bruins, but I watch them.
Okay.
I just like hockey better.
Pirate baseball tomorrow. You do. Is there anything else? It seems like, the Canes, speaking of hockey, have re-signed Brindamore to a 5-year deal. So our LeBlanc texted me last night and said, told you, or something to that effect. I mean, we didn't doubt this was going to happen, right?
No, I don't think we did. It's just like he said last time he was on the show. It's how they do business. They wait till the season's over. Season was over. First order of business, re-sign the coach. 5 years. He'll be here through 2029.
Fine with that.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
fine
of course.
with that. And I think by virtue of him being back, their window lengthens. I don't think the window is quite – it's smaller than it was, but I don't think the window is shut just yet. Do you?
No,
For
not at all.
Carolina Hurricanes.
No.
Yeah.
And you know, the nice thing about hockey is it can shut, and then you can find a way to open it back up quicker than you can in some other sports.
So the Pirates tomorrow, would you say we'll follow it on social media, our social medias tomorrow, but we will I'm going to say sometime between noon and 1 the game will get going tomorrow.
I sure hope so. That's what we're fingers crossed for. Sometime in the noon hour.
That's what we're hoping for, yes. And then we're going to have obviously our show for you in the afternoon. Is Igo going tomorrow leading into the game, or are we just sort of playing that by ear? What's happening?
He's going to go for somewhere between 5 and 45 minutes.
5 minutes and 45 minutes.
Hopefully it's closer to the short one. Otherwise, it'll be cutting into our show. I don't want the baseball game to start at 1:30.
No, I don't either. But we'll be here like we were Friday, as late as we need to be, and we'll be doing it live. Tomorrow, when the Pirates get set to
Do it live!
take on Rice, and we'll have a post-game for you. Pill, can we see if we can get Coach Ode tomorrow for some immediate reaction?
I'll talk to him. Yep.
Okay, and I think we're going to get Christy Overton Johnson tomorrow is the plan. All right, Cliff Godwin, when we come back, he joins Stephen Igo and myself for Inside the ECU Clubhouse. And we'll tell you about money needing to be raised for the ECU club baseball team as they participate in their championship. That'll be a little later in the show, courtesy of Talk of the Town. It is the Patrick Johnson Show. You're on 94.3 The Game.
Ready to save thousands with a great rate? Get 0% financing at Greenville Toyota during the Great Rate Sales Event. Shop our massive inventory of new Toyotas, available as low as 0%. Hurry to Greenville Toyota today, where our volume saves you money.
Acre Station Meat Farm, along with Lane Angus Beef, bring you Farm to Fork Beef.
Stock your freezers now with affordable beef boxes, just in time for the grilling season.
Farm to Fork Beef brings quality local beef to your family. From your traditional butcher shop, Acre Station Meat Farm. Come on down to Acre Station Meat Farm and find out why we're #1 in fresh cuts and friendly service.
Acre Station Meat Farm, Highway 32 North, Pinetown.
Other restaurants claim their food is fresh and fast, but are they friendly? At Moore's, you're treated like family the minute you walk into their doors. With locations in Winterville, New Bern, Swansboro, Morehead City, and Jacksonville. We've been practicing what we preach since 1945. At Moore's, our barbecue is slow cooked and smoked over real wood daily until it's so tender it's falling off the bone. Combined with our fresh chicken, cooked-to-order seafood, and homemade fixins, we're sure you'll agree. If it's not Moore's, it's less.
You know what the problem is with standard belts? Usually you have to choose between too tight or the opposite, too loose. But with Anson Belt and Buckle, you don't have to choose. We got rid of the holes and instead have a track system designed for micro-adjustability. That way you can enjoy a perfect fit every time. Anson Belt and Buckle. Find your perfect fit today.
6'9", ooh, she fine. Hoping she can sing it to me one more time. Get low, get low, get low, get low.
Grab a Pepsi Wild Cherry and get wild. When a place is as special as this, you don't want to change a thing. You simply want to enjoy it, just as it is. That was our inspiration behind Bow Coast West, our newest community in Beaufort, North Carolina. Embrace all that we love about this very special place and make it easy for families to enjoy all that this coastal lifestyle has to offer. Be inspired. Bow Coast West.
New Toyotas, 0 down and only $369 a month at Greenville Toyota during the Great Rate Sales Event. Buy with 0% or get Corollas, $369 a month with 0 down. This is not a lease, you own it. Plus, get our Greenville Advantage at Greenville Toyota.
Download the new IBX Media app now and get the show for your ears and eyes.
Doesn't it look great on me?
This is the Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
From Clearwater, Florida, the beautiful white sandy beaches, Cliff Godwin, head coach of the Pirates, joined Stephen Igo from Hoist the Colors and myself. I thought we'd get a little background with the beach, but we'll take Coach any way we can get him on here. Coach, congratulations, and the postseason getting underway. But, man, what an achievement, another regular season championship. Congratulations to you and your staff and, of course, all the players.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Sorry, I don't have my computer in front of the view, but there's no electrical outlet near there, PJ. So my computer's not charged up enough to just take it off the cord. But no, I appreciate it. Our guys fought extremely hard throughout the entire season. Our staff, our athletic trainer Logan Rupp now, our strength coach Dennis Wilson. I mean, so many guys were just poured into by our staff, and of course with injuries and other things, it's not as easy as probably what people think, especially our fans. That, no offense, we've spoiled them over the past 5 years, but that's a good thing. And I'm just happy for our guys, especially our seniors, so they could do it once again.
The team looked a lot different this series than maybe they had looked in recent weeks. Why do you think that was?
I actually didn't think we had that look or had that vibe on Thursday night. I mean, I thought Trey pitched good enough, especially on a short day rest. We just hit 2 home runs, 2 3-run homers by JC and J-Dub. And I thought the Smith kid from Rice is probably the second best Friday night starter. I mean, in our league, as far as stuff goes, I mean, there's probably some guys got better numbers, but he's got good stuff. And but I thought Saturday we were back to ourselves. I mean, the energy, the vibe, especially from the position players, was back to how it was a couple weeks ago, and they were excited to be out there and flying around the field. And of course, our pitching staff did what they needed to do at a very high level. You talk about 2 9-inning games, and being shorthanded with Root and Shink being down, and of course Jake Hunter being out for the season, and just other guys stepping up. I mean, Chris Kaler, of course, and Danny Bill, D'Lo in the first game, and Seawall in the first game, being able to get some innings. I thought that was crucial and gives those guys even more confidence moving into the postseason.
Jacob Jenkins Cowart, as Cliff Godwin joined Stephen Igo and myself, named the Player of the Week, final one of the regular year in the American. They tried to pitch him away, and he made the adjustment and drove the ball all weekend for you, hitting that opposite field homer. Actually went opposite field a couple of times with the home run ball. So do you feel like now that maybe he's had a heck of a year, but is he starting to get that look that you wanted him to have all season now as you guys push into the postseason?
Well, I think he's had spurts throughout the year where he's looked like that, but obviously when JC's driving the ball the other way, we feel like he's locked in, as a lot of our guys. I mean, when we're able to hit the ball the other way, it's just showing that we have an approach, and we're not just trying to pull everything to pull side, because we can get ourselves in trouble with that. But super proud of JC. I mean, he broke the single season RBI record for the American Conference, which, to be honest with you, I had no idea that was even in play on Friday. And just so proud of him. He's done it the right way. He's been a great teammate this year. He's worked hard. He's provided energy with our team. So any accolades that he gets, he's earned, and we're proud of him.
Coach, certainly you referenced the pitching challenges here recently, but you also get the news that you have to close out the regular season with a doubleheader planned for a championship. So, like, how much did that change things going into the series? And again, y'all face adversity, and it's not easy to sweep a doubleheader no matter who you're playing. So the challenge of doing that, trying to win a championship, what was that balance like?
Yeah, I mean, you look back, and I don't think we had a doubleheader until conference play, and I guess Wichita State was a doubleheader, UAB was a doubleheader, South Florida was a doubleheader, unfortunately, and then this past weekend was a doubleheader, which you're on a short week already, and then you got Thursday, Friday. So, really a blessing in disguise, probably that Tuesday got rained out, because I don't know if we could have navigated this weekend if we'd have had to throw a lot of guys on Tuesday. So super happy for our pitching staff. AK's done an unbelievable job with them, just keeping them in a positive headspace, even with injuries. And we feel like Shinkman and Root are definitely getting better, and we feel pretty good about them pitching in some capacity if we're here long enough towards the end of the week down here in Clearwater.
Yeah, I was going to ask Coach about Shinkman and Root, just because obviously regional play right around the corner. How important is it just to get them back into a game environment? Because I assume it'd be pretty tough to go from not throwing, at least in a live setting, to pitching in the postseason.
Well, I go in a perfect world. Yeah, of course, you would love to get them out there before, regional play starts. But, we're not at the luxury of having that crystal ball. They did get off the mound on Saturday and it felt good. And it's just making sure that their thumb strength, I know that's weird, but that their thumb strength is what it needs to be so they can grip the baseball and know where the baseball's going. And, they're definitely okay. I mean, there's nothing structurally wrong. We would never put our guys in position to do anything that would, hinder their future career in professional baseball. But, we're just hoping that they continue to get that thumb strength where it needs to be so they can command the baseball.
You've referenced recently, Shinkman kind of went down to the bullpen and basically said, I'm going in. As competitors, how tough has it been for those guys to stay down there in the stretch when I'm sure they want to pitch, and you guys to continue to look out, the best for them?
Yeah, I think it's a fine line. I think there's a competitive side of things for them. I think there's also a nervousness for them because neither one of them have had any kind of extended missed time from an injury from throwing, especially at East Carolina. So, then your mind starts working against you, and then you got all these people out there that got rumor mills that, Root's not pitching for a certain reason because he's going to school. It's just crazy, man. What the stuff that people, and it gets back to me, it's like the rumor mill, and, Zach Root and his parents want to pitch this year. I mean, I can tell you that for sure. I mean, we've been on a conference call with them, and, he's doing everything he can, as well as Shink doing everything he can to get back out there and help their team win.
Trey Savage, again, goes deep and pitches, I think, 119 in Thursday's game on the short rest. Coach, I know, you tried to take him out at one point. We talked about it a little after the game. He ends up trying to stay in for that last batter. Just what has he meant to you and the staff, just pitching deep into games and continuing to give his best no matter how much you guys ask of him?
Yeah, there's not enough time for me to talk about Trey and what he's meant to our team, but to our staff, to everybody. I mean, of course, the stuff is big league stuff, and he's developed tremendously under Coach Knight, and just working with all of our staff members to be where he is today. But for him to take the ball every Friday night and go out there and give you 5 to 7 innings pretty much every time he goes out is kind of unheard of in college baseball these days. I mean, there's just not a lot of great starting pitching out there that can go deep into games. There's more, 3-inning guys. But I say this a lot, and I don't want it to fall on deaf ears, but Trey Savage is a better human than he is a pitcher, and that's saying a lot because he's a damn good pitcher. And the way he wants East Carolina to win, and that's always at the forefront, is pretty special. And he'll be somebody we talk about for years to come, for sure, about how good he was and the body of work he's put in, especially this year.
Pirate head coach Cliff Godwin's with us. The Pirates are in Clearwater, Florida this week for the American Athletic Conference tournament. We'll talk about some of that. Colby Wallace, boy, I'm trying to think back. Was it Thursday? Friday? One of the games he came in though and just filled up the zone. That had to be really
Friday.
good to see. Friday, he came in
Yeah.
game one of the doubleheader, I believe it was. It filled up the zone. That was pretty awesome to see.
Yeah, it was awesome. Seawall has been doing a lot of pitch versus hitter. In the fall, we didn't pitch him quite as much. We tried to throw him an inning a weekend in the inter squads and stuff just because he's playing a lot of third base and trying to protect his arm. And then in the spring, we worked him out some at first base and third, of course. And he was doing pitch versus hitter. And then Starling gets hurt, and we kind of just stopped him from pitching just because he had to throw across the infield all the time. And like I said, just trying to protect his arm. And then once Starling came back, he went back to the pitch versus hitter, and he's been on the board for a couple weeks. And we just didn't want to put him into a game that necessarily, I mean, her hand could have been forced, of course, at some point in time, but that the game was on the line when he ran out there or guys on base. And Friday was the perfect opportunity for him to go out there. And man, he was better than probably what we anticipated, but he is a super competitive human being, which when you go out there in a competitive situation, your stuff's a little bit better. So, I mean, he was, throwing a lot of strikes, fastball up to 93 and throwing a good slider off of it. So that's a good boost in the pitching staff's arm as we move down the stretch.
Absolutely. Boy, I tell you, Riley Johnson, well, I mean, it's one of those, it's like Savage and just the other guys you kind of run out of the adjectives and the accolades, but I mean, the toughness in the dictionary is going to have Riley Johnson's picture by it.
Yeah, and I don't mean to knock on this generation, but I don't know many players in the country that would be playing through what Riley Johnson's playing through. I mean, for a guy to take a swing and his shoulder pop out and, you give him a minute in the box and Logan runs out there and we go over there and he takes like the slowest practice swing ever and then, hits a line drive for an RBI right after that. So, man, it's special to see just that young man compete and the energy he provides to the rest of our group. I mean, he's meant so much to us, of course, defensively, but offensively, but really it's the value that he provides with the team with just his energy. That's the thing I would tell you that, if Carter Cunningham and Trey Savage are MVPs, and man, he's the straw that stirs the drink. I can tell you that because he's changed the mentality of our entire team.
Absolutely.
Coach, heading into the conference tournament, obviously, and turning the page there, you guys will face Rice again for a fourth consecutive game. And I know at the end of the day, it's about ECU baseball, you guys doing your own thing. But what challenges or help does it present to play a team, that you just played? What difference does that make for you guys?
Well, I think the challenges are you've played a team just 3 times in a row, just like we did last year coming into the tournament. You play South Florida 3 times and you flip around and play them. It's really hard to beat a team 3 times. It's harder to beat them 4 times. So we'll need to be on our best to be able to win on Tuesday for sure. And, it's important to win on Tuesday because you just put yourself in such a grind if you don't win on Tuesday. So I'm banking that our players learned a lot from last year losing that first game so they don't have to want to go through the loser's bracket again.
And obviously, from a pitching perspective, it can kind of be like a midweek game with the turnaround. So do you guys know as far as kind of how you want to treat the game on the mound, or is that still being discussed as far as starter and after that?
Yeah, we got a pretty good idea, but we're going to just make sure today when we practice how everybody feels and when they play catch and stuff. And, we'll have a starter by tonight when we have our American tournament call, Zoom call later on. We'll be able to name a starter then. So you'll find out sometime around 7 o'clock tonight, probably Igo.
Sounds good.
Igo will have it. I know he will, Cliff. Igo, send it to me first. Let me get it, Coach. Don't send it to me before. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, of course. Igo will have it, though. He's the man.
Igo's got to get on a message board and stuff. He's got to get all those people.
Hey, I got to get all the Roots nonsense shut down.
Yeah. Cliff, we started talking about a 5th straight regular season championship. There have been the injuries this year. When you look back, and I don't know if you've allowed yourself to really do this because you're forward looking on what the task at hand is tomorrow, but when you do reflect a little bit on the regular season and that achievement, what are the ups that really are the things you're going to remember, and then what are the times you guys persevered through that you'll kind of remember?
I just remember that this group has been the most connected group that we've had here in 10 years and how close those guys are and the leadership we've had. Not that it's been perfect by any means, but As I said, when we got back from UTSA on that Monday, our guys care. When you got a group that cares and they care about the team more than they care about themselves, and you've got something special, especially in the landscape of college athletics, it's really special. And you probably don't get to understand it as much when you're in it every day. I do, but I have some of my closest friends call me and tell me that are in their profession and go, hey, what you have there is special. I don't think you probably realize it as much as what the people that know baseball and watch you play and watch your guys compete and how they look like they're having a good time doing it, how special that is. And, the best compliment I can get from any of our peers is that our guys play the game the right way and they do it the right way. And they're still winning championships and doing it the right way. Like, that's the thing that makes me most proud. And look, I want our fans to celebrate each one like it's a new one, because to do it 5 years in a row, that's not easy. I don't care what conference you're in. And I know LSU's coach seems to think that they could win in any league and be first place. I would say that I don't know if they'd be in first place in our league, but we will, continue to try to get better. And I think it's important that our fans enjoy it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. As Bethany's book said, never take it for granted. And that is certainly the thing that Pirate fans should not do. All right, Coach, thank you. Good luck this week, and we'll look forward to seeing you next Monday on Memorial Day.
Hey, I appreciate you guys.
Hi, I'm D.R. Alligood.
And I'm his daughter, Jessica.
For 11 years, we have built quality driveways and parking lots for both your residential and commercial needs. We also offer free on-site quotes to have your custom driveways built the way you want.
252-946-1227.
This is about you, your family, and the health of all who live in Eastern North Carolina. This is about the transformation of a health system into something more powerful and more human, about creating new ways to treat disease and keep you well. This is about ECU Health, which is to say, it's really all about you. ECU Health. Minds, hearts, purpose.
You can't name a lot of things that I didn't do. Stack paper like a book, not a Kindle. You outdated, I'm the one they getting into, and I won't break a sweat. Let's get it, 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 let's get it. Child, please, I don't need a towel, please.
Are you game day ready? Anson Belt, the official belt of ECU Athletics.
Your confidence makes everything look good. You see the world in vivid color, not black and white. Swing through your neighborhood Fantastic Sam's cut in color and let our experienced stylists take you from everyday to extraordinary.
Fantastic Sam's hair salons are locally owned and operated. Our full-service salons are conveniently located in Goldsboro, Kinston, Greenville, Newbern, Jacksonville, and Calabash. Stop in today at Fantastic Sam's, where the possibilities are endless.
Hi, I'm D.R. Alligood.
And I'm his daughter, Jessica.
For 11 years, we have built quality driveways and parking lots for both your residential and commercial needs. We also offer free on-site quotes to have your custom driveways built the way you want.
252-946-1227.
The stunning conclusion of the show. It's the P-Man here on 94.3 The Game.
All right. ECU Club Baseball in need of some funds to be able to compete for a championship, courtesy of today's Talk of the Town. Here is the Big Hen, Henry Hinton.
All right, the ECU Club Baseball team is headed to Illinois for the World Series. I got the head coach, Ben Fox, with us, also pitcher Ty Colmore to my left, and we've got Shay Ward to my right. Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Good morning. How are you doing?
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
You've won your way back into the World Series again.
Yes, sir.
Third time?
Yes, sir.
Ben Fox is the coach. Ben, a lot of people don't understand club sports.
Yes, sir.
These guys are not on scholarship,
No,
but
sir.
they represent ECU. You get to wear the ECU uniform
Yes, sir.
and play against other club teams. Tell us how it works.
Basically, we have a tryout every year in September. Usually in between 60 to 80 guys come out, sometimes more. And we have to narrow it down to a 33-man roster. And we play different schools all over the country in our conference. And then, we hopefully win our conference, go to the regional. And then if we win our regional, we get to go to the World Series.
Where do you play your home games?
Guy Smith Stadium.
So you play at Guy Smith?
Yes, sir.
That's
Yes, sir. And we got a bunch of guys that have transferred in from JUCO schools. We got local guys. We got a number of guys that we feel like are really good baseball players that get to continue to play the game that they love and play at a high level.
And you're the coach now. Is there any funding for this? Are you totally volunteer? Does anybody get paid anything?
Yes, sir. Some of the coaches, or two of the coaches, get paid.
So who pays you?
The team. We actually get hired by. It's ran by the student athletes. Basically, hire us, and then we raise money to fund hotels, to fund travel, to fund field rental and next level rental and things like that. So. It is helped the club program does help us, but besides that, it's completely on the guys to raise the money.
And all right, let me talk to the guys here. Ty Colmore graduated from South Central, and are you a pitcher?
I am. Yes,
like
sir.
your brother?
Yes, sir.
The Colmore name is kind of a famous East Carolina name, because your brother Cam pitched for ECU.
Yes, sir. Big shoes to fill.
Yeah. And I've been friends with your dad for a long time,
yes,
so
it's
good to see you. I don't think
sir.
we've ever met before.
I don't think we have
I
either,
didn't know there was another pitching Colmore in the family.
Yes, sir. It was fine.
Tell us about the season. So who you guys play against the same teams that
yes, sir.
that the ECU scholarship players play?
Some, yes, sir. We have a smaller conference with App State.
So you're in a different conference?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So we have guys like App State, UNCW, and we play non-conference like Virginia Tech, Penn State. We are 26 and 3.
26.
Wow.
So yes, sir. We've had a good season. NC State, other teams that are around here, they'll come to Guy Smith and play
us.
us.
Did you beat State this year?
We did. We beat them 2 out of 3. So we took the series, but they are.
Does Carolina have club baseball?
Yes, sir.
You beat them?
We did. We swept them.
Attaboy.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's a big one.
Attaboy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That's great. All right. And now let me turn over here to our other player who's with us, Shay Ward. You also are a Conley guy, right?
Yes, sir. I graduated from Conley in 2019.
Are you a pitcher?
Pitcher and third baseman, first baseman, outfielder, whatever Ben tells me to play that day.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'5".
Wow. You're a big old boy.
Yes, sir.
You're a big old boy. So talk about how do you get to the point where you are now, where you guys are going to the World Series?
First, we have the regular season, which is mostly conference games, and then we have 2 or 3 weekends where it's non-conference. This year we decided to amp up the competition, and we played Virginia Tech when they were the number 2 team in the country, and then Penn State when they were the number 1 team. And then we were going to play William and Mary, but they had rescheduled to be done, and they were a top 20 team at the time as well. So then we played them, and then we have our conference schedule.
So is it based on rankings? Do they decide who goes to the World Series based on that? I mean, there's not a playoff system, right?
Yes, there is actually. It's just like the big club without a super regional. So we'll go to a regional with 4 teams. This year it was NC State, Elon, and Virginia Tech.
So you've gone through the regional already?
Yes, sir. We had to go through the regional last weekend, and we had to win 3 games essentially. And then now we're on the way to the World Series where we got to win, hopefully, 4 4 games in a row, and that'll be a World Series.
So, Coach Fox, how many teams will be in Alton, Illinois for the World Series?
There'll be 8. So it's us, Florida State, Oregon, Texas A&M, Iowa State, Penn State, Michigan, and Grand Canyon.
All right, great. All right, that's good. And ECU has won it now twice.
Yes, sir. We won it in 2011 and 2017.
Were you coaching then?
Yes, sir.
You were. So you've been coaching a long time.
I have. This is my 13th year coaching.
Good for you.
Yes, sir.
You must know what you're doing.
I don't know. I got a lot of good players.
All right, so you guys are leaving Thursday, and you get no funding from the university.
We get a percentage from the club sports program, which has helped us as much as they could.
That comes from the SGA, though, right? It doesn't come from the athletic. Am I right about that?
No. So we go through the club sports program. They've helped us. We applied for funding from the SGA. Unfortunately, because of the time situation, that it wasn't, they denied us this year, and now we have to kind of fund the rest that's not provided to us from the club sports program.
But you've got a crowdfunding program going. You got
Yes,
a GoFundMe page,
Yes, sir.
and it's going pretty well.
Yeah, no, the community support's been amazing. We kind of set a goal that to me seemed a little of a stretch, but it's been very humbling to see the support from the community, baseball and softball.
But you're trying to fly the whole team out there.
Yes, sir. We got.
You got to stay in the hotel hopefully until you win it all, which will be how many days?
That's 8 days in a hotel. It's 10 hotel rooms for 40 guys, and flight and renting the.
So how much is it going to cost? Have you figured out?
It's north of the $50,000. Yes,
wow.
sir. Yeah.
And now, Ty, do you guys have to come out of pocket for this?
So we do pay dues at the beginning of the year, every year. But like you said, the community's been extremely helpful.
Yeah.
And we do what we can as far as getting donations from, companies that we may know or families. But once again, the community's been huge for this.
All right. So how do we find the GoFundMe page?
At any of our socials is at ECU Club Baseball, Facebook, Twitter, X, any Instagram, and our donation link will be posted on all of those social medias. You can click on the donation, and that's the best way to probably help us out.
All right, so go to X, Twitter, whatever it is now.
Yeah, right.
Go to Facebook and just put in at ECU Club Baseball.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All
Be
right.
the first thing that pops up.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
All right, who gets the start on Friday against Florida State?
I believe we're gonna go with this guy.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Is that breaking news, or did you know that?
No,
already?
I was told that.
Breaking news for the community.
Yeah, for the community, a little breaking news. Yes,
All
sir.
right, so we got a Conley boy going against Florida State.
South
South
Central.
Central.
Oh, you're South Central.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shay is
Oh,
coming.
I didn't mean to insult.
No.
But how many local guys have you got? Because I know your son's there, Beth Ann Atkins' son. What's his name? Will Atkins.
We have how many?
I think we have 8 local guys.
Yeah, I was about to say 7 or 8 local guys.
Yeah. Guys you played with at Conley?
Conley, Rose, South Central. We have Farmville Central.
Wow.
Rocky Mount.
Rocky.
Academy.
Well,
yeah.
So, do you have any out-of-state guys that play club
Oh
baseball?
yeah, yes, sir. We got guys from Delaware.
Well, you said you had some JC transfers, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And most of those guys were from Pitt Community College, and a couple from Barton, and some guys from Virginia, some guys from Delaware, some guys from Maryland. We got guys from all over. Yeah.
All right. Of course, everybody's excited about the American Conference tournament this week, but
Yes,
this will
sir.
be Friday night. What time do you start against Florida State?
Friday night at 7 p.m.
Now, is there any way to follow this online or anything?
Yes, sir. It'll be posted on the NCBA, which is our governing body, National Club Baseball
Is
Association.
it going to be video?
Yes, sir. It'll be
Yes.
live streamed and broadcasted.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Good
so
for you.
it'll be pretty live. Yes, sir.
That's good. All right. Well, we'll check it out. You
Yeah.
guys against Florida State. Go slay them, Ty.
Yes, sir. We will.
My man. All right. So how about the experience, Shay? How's it been for you? Has it been a lot of fun?
Oh, it's been phenomenal. I mean, I've played at Pitt Community College before this, and then transferred in to play club baseball, and they've had open arms for me ever since.
Why is this team so successful? It sounds like we got one of the most successful club programs in the country.
I'm gonna be honest. We got some dudes on our team that could probably play at not any D1 level, but could play at the D1 level, could play at the D2 level. But I mean, most of us that grew up around here always wanted to wear the purple and gold, so we were like, all right, let's kill the ego a little bit and play some club baseball. So
That's
now we're just trying to bring back a World Series in the purple and gold.
This is pure stuff too. You're not on scholarship. You're playing for the love of the game. I mean, not to say that the kids on scholarship don't, but
yes, sir.
I mean, but you could be doing like I did and hanging out downtown every night in your college career. Instead,
yes, sir.
Instead, you guys are furthering your athletic career. All right, this is great. So the ECU club baseball team in the 2024 World Series in Illinois, starting Friday night against Florida State, and they need some help financially. Go to any of their social media pages and make a donation if you will. Try to help them out. Let's get these guys. They need $50,000. So that's very expensive.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You guys are going to need some help. So please make a donation to these guys. Go to the @ECU Club Baseball on any social media.
All right, good luck to those guys. Hope they're able to raise some money, and of course you can contribute. Best of luck to them. ECU Club Baseball. All right, thanks to Cliff Godwin, thanks to Henry Hinton and Talk of the Town and Michael Buscemi, thanks to Philip the Ref Pilkington. Back tomorrow, we'll have a report from the Pirates opening day in Clearwater. Christy Overton Johnson, if we don't get her tomorrow, we'll get her Wednesday. And again, the breaking news from earlier, Zach Root wants to pitch, is expected to maybe pitch near the end of the week, as is Lunsford Shinkman. All right, have a great rest of your evening, everybody. We'll catch you in the morning on Talk of the Town, and then back here after the game tomorrow for the Patrick Johnson Show.